Previously on Jeep Roscoe.
So this is the Lancelin estuary. And of course with the name of Delilah, which literally means Wales. How could I not go there? So effectively I would have done the Nullarbor in 2 days. Quite famous. Yeah, they really got some nice beaches. Well, good morning. As you can see behind me, I've got Delilah fully packed. I'm leaving Bunbury today, leaving Australand. Going up, I'm going to bypass Perth because there's quite a lot of COVID cases there at the moment. Bypass Perth and go up to Lancelin, which should be about 2 hours north of Perth. So I'm looking at about 4 hours drive today. I've left it a little bit late to avoid the commuter traffic in the morning. So it's about 10 o'clock in the morning at the moment. Just walking through quickly. Delilah is like jam packed. Obviously I've got rid of a lot of stuff, but if I flip you around, the fridge is there, back on top. You know, there's no easy ways to get in and out of this fridge, but there we go. I've got the Hyperflame down on top of the drawers, along with the new expander chair, and the solar panels are here. They were down the side before. Down the side here, I've still got the privacy tent and the toilet. Got the step down there as well, a little bag for my onions. These are the LED lights I've got. Also got a mat here, which I'm going to use at the base of the rooftop tent ladder. My clothes bag is just went down the side here on top of tripods and water bottles. You can see the ladder is there, hooked up where it used to be, where it usually is. Rooftop tent is looking good, the awning is looking good. And the front here, you know, I've got my camera bag wedged down in the seat well. Just hats and sunshades and whatever. Down here, I found my hoist holder for the CB radio, so that's good. A new windscreen is in, looking very clean at the moment. See how long that lasts. Behind these chairs, it's rather compact. So we've got the little cool bag underneath. Another bag of clothes there. Bag there has got books and stuff in there that I read in, and tourism books and whatnot. See the water bottles down there, tripods. There's still a little space underneath here, underneath the toilet roll. 500p is back where it usually is. The drone is now sitting half on the ladder and half on top of the 500p. Underneath there's a little space, so I've put the little braai thing I've got to go over the fires. It's just down the side of the drawers, and then my Uggs are behind there. The tool roll is down behind the seat. You probably can't see it, but yeah, there's still a little bit of room so I can see out of the back window and stuff. I mean, a lot of people pile the back right to the top of the roof, which I get because there's not much room in here, but I like to have a little bit of vision out of the back window and out of the side window. That window, not so much because you don't really look out of that one. But yeah, that's how it is. It's a tight squeeze, but I'm just going to put the final touches on now. So the satellite EPIRB, personal EPIRB I've got, will sit in here, so we can get signal as we're driving. I've just got a personal battery which I'm going to put down here so we can charge at the same time as we're driving. And yeah, that's the microphone, Navian tight, and that lives in the top here. So I always know what it is until I don't. All right, so just gonna say my goodbyes, and then we'll get on the road. Back to adventure. Good morning. We're on the back beach in Lancelin. It's not as windy this morning as it was yesterday, so in case the audio wasn't very good from yesterday, I thought I'd record again this morning. There is a bit of a breeze, but I've got my back to it, so hopefully we'll be good. So we're on the back beach at the moment. Over my shoulder there you can see some water towers. That's literally where I was camping, just behind that kind of bush line. It was very, very windy last night and didn't get much sleep. And then about 3 o'clock in the morning, the wind just disappeared completely. Now it's back, but yeah, it's not too bad this morning. So we live in Lancelin today. We're going up the coast. We're going to call into the Pinnacles, which is Pinnacles Desert, which is in the Nambung, I can't pronounce it, the national park just up the road near Cervantes. We'll go through Cervantes. We might stop, we might not. Lonely Planet doesn't give it a very kind description, so maybe not. And then we'll go up to Jurian Bay. We'll stop in Jurian Bay to maybe get some lunch and stock up on a few bits and bobs. I'm aiming to stay in Green Bay tonight, which is further up the coast, in the northern end of the Turquoise Coast. Not a big driving day today. We'll probably spend quite a bit of time in the Pinnacles Desert. Best time to go there is sunrise and sunset, but you can't camp anywhere near it, so that's not ideal, really. If it was very good conditions for Milky Way, etc., then I might just stay there, but it's not. So we're just going to keep rugging on up the coast. As I say, not a big driving day today, maybe 2 hours tops today in the car. I'll just flip you around and just show you. This is Back Beach. You can see the fishing vessels down there, the main part of the town. It's not a very big town, mind. And then you come around, you got the life-saving club there. This lovely bay, that's Lancelin Island over there apparently. There's another island over here. Not sure what that one's called. This little part of the beach you can drive on. It's very hard sand. Quite a lot of bird life around. As you can see, a lot of seaweed as well. But that's a sign of a healthy beach. So never mind that. But yeah, beautiful town. Not much going on, but beautiful little place to stop. It's been quite stormy, otherwise these bays would be turquoise. As you can see, the turquoise band over there. And I was planning to get the drone up to show you the beautiful turquoise beaches, but it's been quite stormy recently, so it's all churned up, as you can see. I'm sure I'll get other opportunities to show you beautiful turquoise waters up this coast, so stand by for that. Alright, I've just packed up the rooftop tent. I was going to set up the camera and everything to show you, but to be honest, it was the first day back into it today. It's quite a crowded little campsite, this one. $50 for the night, which, you know, is a bit steep, but look, it's on a beautiful spot, and you know, yeah, it is what it is. Tonight we might be staying in a free campsite, or a council campsite, which is about $20 a night, but no facilities whatsoever. At least here I was able to use the shower and cook my stuff in the kitchen this morning and save myself a bit of gas. Anyway, let's get back on the road. So I've just stopped at a place called Nilgent Nature Reserve, and there's a lookout here, so I'm just going to walk down to the lookout. Yeah, it's a short little walk, a couple of 100 meters. Anywho, there's also a wildflower walk you can do through the bush there. I'm not going to do that, but I will go down to the lookout. A little bit here about the Ued Nunga Buja. So I recently found out that the Nunga is basically not a generic term, but like these are the peoples found in this part of WA, and then within the Nunga you've got like sub-tribes. So down in Bunbury, for example, they were the Nunga Wujidandi. Here's Nunga Buja, but they're all part of the same people. A little bit about where we go in northwards then. So Nambung National Park is where the Pinnacles Desert is. That's where we go in next. And then Lake Thesis, where we can see the stromatolites. If you remember when we saw the thrombolites down in Clifton, between Bunbury and Perth. We'll quickly stop in Cervantes, or we'll drive through it at least. Mulhalla Lookout and Jurian Bay, we'll probably stop there for lunch. And then somewhere between Jurian Bay and Lancelin National Park is where we'll stay for the night. And then tomorrow we'll do the Lancelin National Park, Gregson's Lookout, and up to probably Geraldton tomorrow. So to give you an idea, there's Lancelin here. So we're just north of Lancelin now. We're going to drive up here to the Pinnacles, and then Cervantes up through Jurian Bay and Greenhead tonight, and then tomorrow it's up there. So I didn't know what I was going to expect at the end of this lookout, but here we are. That's looking back towards Lancelin. You can see the big sand dunes there on Lancelin Island. just look at the amount of bushland, you know, the scrub. Some more dunes up the coast there, and just thick scrub. And this scrub, you know, it's not kind of like, it's not like forest trees, you know, it's more like bushes. What in the UK you'd consider bushes, at least. You've got these grass plants, yuccas, some kind of banksia. But like nothing's basically, well, slightly over head height maybe. There's no big towering trees, you know, it's just thick bush. Yeah, so there we are. A little bit here on the visitor information board about island homes. Visitor information boards, by the way, is what I refer to as I can't remember what they call it, interpretation boards, because working for Parks and Wildlife, that's what they call them, interpretation boards, but everybody else might refer to them as tourist information. It talks about the waters. It's not quite turquoise today, as I said earlier. It was quite stormy recently, so it's churned everything up a little bit. Ordinarily, that would be like a thick turquoise band near the shoreline, going off into the deep azure blues. Right, anyway, quick little stop here, and now we're going back to the car, and we'll get cracking up to the Pinnacles. I've heard, you know, some people say it's well worth a stop, or you got to go there, and then other people go, it's not really worth it. So we'll find out. I mean, as a geologist geek, I'm sure I like it, but yeah. They say the best time to go there is sunrise and sunset. Well, that's obvious for photographs and the golden hours and etc. And as I said, there's nowhere in the Pinnacles Desert to kind of camp. The nearest campsite is like 40 minutes away. If the conditions were perfect for the Milky Way, then I would just go there and stay in my car basically, but they're not really. The moon is almost full at the moment, and it's up until about 3 a.m. at the moment, so you've got a small window between like 3:30 and 4 to take Milky Way photographs, and you know, yeah, half an hour basically, because the sun at the moment, morning twilight, I guess, so it starts at about 4 o'clock, and then by 5 it's almost light, and 6 o'clock the sun's peeking its head over the horizon. So, yeah, that's how it was this morning anyway. So we've made it into Nambung National Park and the Pinnacles Desert, which is what we're currently going into right now. It should only be a couple of k's to the visitor centre. This will be the first time that since I had my windscreen replaced that I'm going to try and use my Parks Pass. I'm hoping they're going to give me a new one, because I had to peel it off the last windscreen. We shall find out shortly. This is the visitor center. There's some of the animals you find in the national park. Trapdoor spider. Some indigenous artwork. So we'll go on the drive first, and then we'll come back and do the walk. I got my new Parks Pass on. I'll put it a bit lower this time. Didn't have to pay for that, they just simply replaced it for me. I had to fill in a form just to say, for the name and address and everything. Other than that, all good. Now I'm going to try and fix the Insta360 to the bull bar and see if I can film the drive around. I don't know how that's going to go. So we're in the middle of the Pinnacles desert. These things go on and on for quite a while. Just did the drive loop around once, now I'm going around for the second time. Didn't stop the first time. And then full on dunes over that way. And a nice sea out there as well. Quite a popular spot to come. Let's get amongst them. There's quite a lot of them here, so there's enough to go around for everybody. There's some very popular spots along the track where there's a major car park at the lookout just in front of me. But, well worth a visit. I mean, those people who say, it's not all that, I don't know what they were expecting exactly. I think it's great. Even though it's not sunrise or sunset, it's still well worth a visit. And the pinnacles within this park change colour, so they're quite yellow here. At other points they're a bit more brown. So it all depends on like the iron content in the soil, the aeolian environment that we laid down in, etc, etc. Okay, so we've just got into Jurian Bay. It was a bit of a detour to go down to Cervantes. I thought it was going to be just on this road, but it turned out it wasn't. And as such, I think I've missed the Stromandelites turn. I've just come to the Tourist Information Centre here in Jurian Bay, and to discuss basically options for camping or whatever, because we're coming into Easter Good Friday weekend. And there's basically the Milligan's Point, which is in Greenhead, where I was intending to go tonight, is my best bet. It's about 30 minutes. He said if I was you, I'd go straight there, or he's given me a little alternate route that goes into Lancelin National Park, so see a little bit of that and go. So essentially, not going to have any footage from Cervantes. Jurian Bay, we're just going to drive through now, try and find the bakery, get something quick to eat, and then poof, off we go. It might mean we get into Milligan Point. Milligan has got space for 20 people, and apparently it's not even a third full yet, but that can change quickly. I'm hoping that'll be alright for me. There are some other ones further north, but they're getting a bit dodgy and they're a bit of a drive, so let's hope everything goes okay. Otherwise, we might be in the bushes somewhere tonight. Anyway, let's go and get some food, and here we go. But I don't think we're going to end up down by the coast, which is a bit of a shame. But look, I'm in no hurry, but I want somewhere to sleep tonight, and with Easter holiday it is just chocker, because anywhere that's within driving distance of Perth for this weekend is just going to be swamped. It's busy anyway around the Easter holidays, but since COVID has bloody become an issue, people are just desperate to get away from the city now, especially at the moment in Perth, where COVID is spiking again. It's a long weekend, and Anzac Day is next week as well. So basically, you've got 3 public holidays very close together. You can tell from the traffic here, for a starter, that it's going to be busy. To be a little bit smaller than Lancelin, which well, will be very small. This is Greenhead. The point you can see off in the distance is Point Louise, and I'm hoping to camp on the other side of that. Okay, so we've just got to Mitchell's campground, eco campground, and I've set up Delilah just to show you everything, including the awning. Just spin you around. So we got the rooftop tent up, and this is the 1.4 by 2 meter awning from King's. It's small enough to go on the side and not interfere with the aerial. So still quite breezy, so let me just put my back to the wind. As you can see, there's no shade being cast by the awning at the moment, or it's on the Jeep. That's because the sun is directly to my rear. Okay, and then from this side you can see I've still got the ladder out, haven't put that away yet. At rooftop tent's looking good. My only concern in the windy times is these points where the rain fly is held down. So you can see that little release buckle there. The other side is just sewn in, and you can see it's really taut. Might need to do some sewing to that in future, but for the time being it's okay. The fly sheet frames, one had come out yesterday. I had to put that back in, but there was no major problems, so that's all good. I've got 3 tent poles on the roof there, just tucked in behind the Max Tracks. At the moment they're doing alright. I'm not sure if I'll need them, but I've got the reserve fly down where the recovery gear is, underneath the floor. So if I need, if it's extremely windy, for example, I can always put the fly up and have a makeshift bed on the floor. So yeah, there we are. I'll just quickly show you my sleeping arrangements. Alright, as you can see, all the bedding's up there already. The only one that wasn't was the pillow, which I keep in the wolf pack box at the front, so I can quickly get that out. And in there as well is a lantern if I need it. I've taken to leaving my PJs up here in the cold nights because it just means I can just come up here and get changed up here, because that's the easiest place to get changed, really. So far no bugs have made it in on this part of the trip. You can see there's one just, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a small bug trying to get it through the mesh, but has decided otherwise. There's another one up there, and trying to get in. The bloody ants are adventurous, I tell you. See them all the way up the ladder. Hopefully it's not going to get in there. Yeah, I've got all the zippers closed. Just making sure there's no gap big enough for the ant. I mean, there's nothing up here for him. There's no food or anything. No food in the rooftop tent. It's got a little yellow bulb at the back. That's gone. Anywho, looking around, got a little barbecue area there. I don't know where these trails go. I'm going to go for a walk in a minute. And we got toilets for the so pretty good. These are cancel run campsites, and $20 in honesty box system. First come, first served, no reserves. Alright, I'm going to have a cup of tea, put my feet up for a bit, and then explore this area. Down that lane there, it comes to my tent, to my site basically. So yeah, just where the tree line is, or is it the tree you can see behind the sign, that's where I currently am parked. Also got these large dune areas. and have a look at those on the way back.
Next week on Jeep Roscoe.
So we've made it to the town of Carolina. This is what this bit looks like.